Okay, so just for a bit, just until I can, make another figure, which is taking its time because I'm trying new techniques out to make the heads. We're going to be doing just a bit more reviews here and stuff. So today we're going to look at the Pacific Rim Tacit Ronin by Neca. This is wave 4. Yeah, I got this guy secondhand, and I had to do this myself because the joint had twisted off. So I had to literally tear the joint apart and put a Lego ratchet in. The good news is, it has battle damage as a feature, but it's not really something I want permanently. And one of the feet broke as well, like both the ball joint there. Probably can't see it, but there's glue residue there. This one pops off fine, as you can see. That one a bit tight, is nice and clean. That one's not so tight. That one's not so clean, which means that the glue's broken. So here he is. Just give me a sec to sort his feet out. We'll get him standing. I'll stand him on this little my iPhone case. Not a bad figure. Pretty good. One of my friends actually said he looked a bit like a Covenant Elite from Halo, and I can sort of see that ever so slightly. He has the rising sun there, which shows that this guy is indeed Japanese. He is a junk Jaeger, I'll put it that way. He's Japanese Jaeger, as you can see. So, also there's not really any detail on the underside of the foot, but there is a peg hole. Even though sometimes you may wonder why figures need peg holes, but it's in case you get them in some ridiculous poses where they need them. Just his ball joints and his feet are a little bit loose, so I'm just gonna support him. Let's take a closer look at this guy. Head is very nice, as you can see. Very angular as well. Or conpod, whatever you want to call it. I call it head. Still, very nice detail overall. The arm here. 2 hinges, or rotation points, which one of them sadly doesn't work, which is a shame. You got your hand there with a little tooth mark that I cut into it, as this is a ball joint and I want it to be able to just do more than hinge. Blades here, which I'll show you in a second. Then his crotch piece with another rising sun. And these 2 parts which pop off on nearly everyone's copy, because I've seen multiple reviews where these have popped off, at least one of them has, and this one happened to mine as well. You got some pipes at the back. One of these did pop off. I think it was this one because there's a bit of glue residue there. Yeah, it's this one. And you got some more pistons and stuff back here. You got your 2 joints. You got all your bolts and stuff, and then down here at the knees where you have his feet and stuff. Right, so this guy does have a couple of features. First of all, that was an accidental one, but it just happens. Next he has is you can slide this section out and then slide this out, resulting in the fang blades. So, you can get him with the fang blades, which is pretty cool. And yeah, those are the only features. Well, feature really. He's only supposed to have one, which is his fang blades. Articulation is, despite the modification, well, the fixing on the arm, it's still the same. Just this arm sticks out a little bit more than this one. I need to fix that. In fact, if this one broke as well, you probably can't see it. If I get my camera to just focus. Right there's this glue seam. On this, because I bought this second hand, on both of these, I was cut straight down there and straight down on this one, and they both broke. Like this one, and this one is more, was betterly fixed, because this one broke at a later date, a much later date, like several years down the line, and I was more experienced in fixing figures, so I knew what to do. This one, however, not so much. It's also there as well. You can see a lot of the wire residue on, and it's also connected in via a ball joint. But still, it is a pin socket. But still, let's get back to the articulation head, ball joint. Doesn't go down that much. It goes up a little bit. Doesn't really tilt that much. The best you're getting out of it is a rotation, to be honest. Arms, form back, out to the side. Bend and rotation elbow. Here's my biggest problem with this figure. They could have easily put a double joint in here and then had this rotate as well. But I don't know why I didn't do that, because that is a hit. That's a turn point and that's a turn point. Like, that looks like that. So they could have easily put a double joint. So, you know, they did it with the knee. Still. Rotation at the wrist, but because I modded it like that, you can hinge it inward. The fang blades extend. This one's a lot looser. This one's much tighter, actually, but they're still pretty tight. Also, I forgot to mention you got boosters on the back, and his arm falls off. Just give me a sec to adjust my position, because I'm on my backside and it's hurting my back a bit. He has a ball joint at the waist, which when I first got this guy, that was super freaking tight. I barely moved it, because I thought I was going to twist it off. Now, because I'm blasting with a hairdryer, can move around with ease. And you do get some side to side and a little bit of crunch. Not much. Now, the legs are on a weird thing. Now, they're on two ball joints here and here. Now, many people say all they do, I'll just pop this off, is this. Well, no, because if you play with it enough, you can actually get them to flex straight forward. And I mean both of them. It takes some finesse, but yeah, you can get him to do that. So that's pretty cool. You do not get an upper thigh swivel. I suppose this counts for your thigh swivel, but not really. So his legs can go forward. They can most certainly go back. And that piece gets in the way all the time. They don't go out. They don't go out to the side unless you sort of class that as you're out to the side. I think you might as well as do, because that's the best you're going to get. Double jointed knee, so it rotates here. And it rotates here. You can also flex this beyond that point, so like that. And then get it like really chicken-legged if you wanted a chicken leg pose. I don't know why you would, but some people might. So, you can have them super chicken-legged. Not that it makes much sense to me. And then you get, like, so you got the second joint there, and then you got, just pop this off, you got your double ball peg at the foot. So it hinges forward, hinges back. It's a double ball. So it's two ball bar either end, one in the ankle, one in the actual foot. But this one's a lot more flexible to use, so, you know, it just results in the shifting of the foot form back and a bit side to side. And most you're getting is rotation and a hinge on the bottom joint. Let's just compare this guy with two other figures now. Here he is with fellow Jaeger Striker Eureka, this being the Ultimate Striker Eureka. And unfortunately I had to get one out of the box, but I did keep the front card, the front flap. I literally cut it off. I did it with all my other Ultimate boxes. If there's one Ultimate box I'm going to save, it's going to be Scarface Predator. So I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one. So I got this one, the Nightmare on Elm Street, and I got the Friday the 13th one. I kept those because they're kind of like little posters. And then I decided to get a nice picture of the figure. Except for Striker Eureka's where you get blueprints. And the Ultimate Gypsy Danger, I'm going to do the same. Keep the front card, the opening flap. Next we have him with Gojira. Gojira being quite a bit shorter than both of these actually, which is a little embarrassing for a little Gojira here. I would like Gojira to be at least this big. But, yeah, oh well. Good figure though. I'd say out of all of them, to pick a favourite, I really don't know. He is definitely one of the more articulated ones. He's also very articulated. He's probably the least articulated. Him coming second, him coming first. Because he's got all the ball joints in his tail, plus the bendy wire and all that. I don't know. I have to count how many points. But overall, not Strike Eureka, sorry. Tacit Ronin is a good Jaeger. He was seen at the beginning of the movie, but I'm not going to show a clip of that. If you want a clip, just Google it. Because if I use a clip, my video will get copyright striked. And YouTube's updating their policies, and it's just becoming an absolute fire hazard now. But yeah, here are my three. And yeah, Goju is here mainly because, well, Goju is a kaiju, and these two are Jaegers. In fact, well, let's just compare these two, because they both have blades. He's a bit difficult to stand with his loose legs. As you can see, their blades are different. These are fang blades, whereas these are stinger blades. I do not have the first release of Striker. These are my only two Pacific Rim figures. Hope to get more, though. Starting with the Ultimate Gypsy Danger that's coming out soon. So we've got one more Pacific Rim figure after Hardship, and then that's it. Resulting to eBay and shops to get all the others. Which is a shame. Also, one of his legs is a bit longer than the other. I don't know why. I don't know. I need to sort something out. But still. Do I recommend this guy? Yeah. Why? He's just cool. You know, I mean, the white paint scheme, which is actually speckly, though. You probably... Yep, you can see it. If you look right there, just right there, it's actually speckly. Very nice paint scheme. Good sculpting and tooling. Joints in the shoulders were, at least on my version, brittle. They weren't clear plastic, which is quite weird. I mean, because usually clear plastic joints break a lot, and this guy had black plastic joints, and they just ripped off, which is weird. You get the extendable fang blades, and yeah, some parts will pop off him. It's perfectly fine, like this one here, because this is separate from the sculpt. What I mean is in when it's a different piece. So if it pops off, it didn't actually like tear off the figure. It popped off where in its assembly joint. So if, like, for example, so basically this whole piece was this piece was separate from this piece, and they just popped off, like popping a ball joint. So if I was to pop that off now, I could just glue it back on, because it popped off in its assembly joint, and I'd probably confuse the hell out of you. But still. It does happen sometimes, and that's the thing. It's going to happen with nearly any figure you get. As long as you've got the right glue, and you've got the right patience, and the right nerves to do it, you can pretty much fix them all up. Again, this is only my copy. I'm not blaming Neca for the joints, because, like I said, I got this second hand, so anything could have happened to it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.